Yo, what is up guys? Welcome back to yet another Destiny 2 video, and today we're talking all about the Plug 1 Adept fusion rifle. Now I don't know what it is, but it seems like nobody really cares that much about this gun, even though I think it's one of the best fusion rifles in Destiny 2 right now. I know you guys have all got that god roll main ingredient that Xur was selling, or some other fusion that you adore so much, but this is one that you really should not sleep on, and I recommend farming it because this week it is out. And the GM's actually arms dealer, so it's quite free. You can get easy 5 to 6 minute runs consistently and really just get a ton of these to drop. Now I was fortunate enough to get this one that you guys are seeing on screen right now in the footage a couple seasons back when I was farming for the Adept palindrome. It was one of those things where you had a 50% chance of the pally dropping and 50% chance of the Adept Plug 1 dropping, and I just so happened to keep this roll for whatever reason. I thought, you know what, it doesn't hurt. I have so much room in my vault, I might as well throw it in there. And a couple weeks back, or maybe about a month ago, I put it on just to try out because someone in chat recommended I check it out, and I did, and it has not left my side for the last month in Trials of Osiris. I have over 1,500 kills on this thing, and that is exclusively from Trials. It has been the single reason as to why my KD has been going up so much, and I think you guys should definitely at least give this thing a chance. Run a couple GMs and see if you can get lucky and snag yourselves an absolute god roll. Now, what is the god roll? Well, let's talk about that right now. So let's just get right to it, guys. Here we are on D2 Gunsmith, and I'm going to show you what I think is the god roll of all god rolls that you guys should go for. And then after that, we're going to talk about some perks that you can kind of swap out and play with, and some other options, because it's going to be very hard to get a perfect 5 out of 5 god roll, because look, you have, masterwork, look how many barrels you have. There's just so many options. Now, first of all, there are some perks here that you cannot get with the Plug 1 dropping this week. So let's turn on Hide Retired perks. That's going to get rid of a couple. No backup plan, no thresh, no quick draw, and no bottomless grief. So those are the perks that you cannot get this week when you're farming the Plug 1, which is okay anyways. The only one that was actually worth was backup plan. The others are pretty useless in my opinion. All right, so let's get right into it. The first thing that we're going to talk about are the perks. Now, in the first column here, there's really only one option you should be going for, and that is under pressure. In my opinion, if you do not get under pressure, you should probably just dismantle the roll, unless you get something good like, let's say, Killing Wind, and the rest of the gun is perfect in terms of battery, the barrel, and perk 2. But otherwise, I really would just dismantle it. In the second column here, you have quite a lot of options. Now, I'm just going to say this right off the bat. The one you want to go for is Kickstart. Kickstart is phenomenal. Gain bonus damage and charge time during a slide and after sprinting for a short duration. This is a perk that's passively always going to be active. All you have to do is sprint and slide, and that's something that every good PvP player should be doing anyways, because it kind of just adds to your movement. I personally have a successful warm-up and under pressure on my roll that I've been using in Trials, and it has been fantastic. So successful warm-up is also a very good perk. And lastly, Corner. Do not sleep on that. Faster charge time and draw time when surrounded by combatants. It activates within 15 meters of 2 enemies. So in Trials 6v6, this is going to play a significant role, and it's going to get activated quite often. But still, I think Kickstart is the one you want to go for. All right, moving on here to the battery. This is a very important column. I actually don't have the battery that I want on my roll, which is why I considered it a 4 out of 5 roll. But what you do want to go for is either Particle Repeater or Projection Fuse. And I say or because it really depends on what you get for your barrel and also the weapon masterwork. But for the time being, we're going to go ahead and just throw that on Particle Repeater for the plus 10 stability, and that's bumping us up to 59 already. Next up, the barrel. In my opinion, really only 2 options you want here. First of all, extended barrel. That's going to give you 10 range, 10 recoil handling. So extended barrel, or the other option here that I really like is small bore. Both of these are very good because they're giving you 2 stats that are important. With small bore, you're getting stability and range, which is huge. And with extended barrel, you're getting a little bit more range, but also that plus 10 recoil direction, which does affect stability. Now, you do not need to go to 100 recoil direction on this gun because it is already at 85. If the number ends in 5 for recoil direction, for those of you that do not know, that means that it is entirely vertical. And I'm talking about the actual kick of the gun when you shoot it. So getting to 100 compared to 85, really there would be a very negligible difference, and I do not recommend going for something like arrowhead break, as that's just you're really not useful. You're not getting range or stability out of that whatsoever. So extended barrel, particle repeater, under pressure, kickstart. For the masterwork, we are going to go with range. We're going to bump that up to 10, of course, when we masterwork it. And then finally, because this is an adept gun, we're going to go ahead and throw on adept range wherever it is, right there. Actually, nope, that's wrong. We're gonna go for stability. Sorry. We're gonna go for stability. So we got 78 recoil, 72 stability, a recoil direction of 85, 6 in the mag, which is more than enough, even though that's not really important because in PvP you're only starting off with 2 shots. Anyways, we have under pressure and kickstart, which is giving us significant stability, accuracy, bonus damage, all that good stuff, and that's really going to make this thing a shredder in PvP. So this, in my opinion, is the 5 out of 5 god roll to rule all god rolls when it comes to Trials of Osiris. Now, you can, like I mentioned, go for successful warm-up, which is what I have on my gun. I'd also consider that a 5 out of 5 because successful warm-up is amazing. After you get that first kill, the second one is just so much easier. And of course, if you are running in 6s, then successful warm-up is what I would personally go for. Cornered, also not a bad roll as well. I would consider this a 5 out of 5. Now, this is what I was talking about earlier. The particle repeater versus projection fuse. It really doesn't matter which one you get, so long as you have the opposite of that in the weapon masterwork. So for example, we are getting plus 10 from the battery right here. That's why we want a weapon masterwork for range. If we were to get projection fuse, then you'd want to go for stability, just to balance out the range and stability stat a little bit. Both are very important on fusion rifles. Range is a little bit more important, and that's why we're favoring range here. But yeah, make sure you have plenty of both. So this right here is a 5 out of 5 roll, the same way that this is a 5 out of 5 roll. It really doesn't change the stats too much. It goes from 78 range, 72 stability to 81 and 69. that's funny. And again, same thing with the barrel. If you do not have extended, if you have something like small bore, that is just brilliant as well. 78, 76, just beautiful. Any of these rolls that I'm showing you guys are perfect 5 out of 5 rolls, and if you get this, you're going to love this gun and not put it down until it eventually gets nerfed months down the road. And I say gets nerfed because when you have a gun that's this powerful, eventually a lot of people are going to find out about it through videos and streams, and everyone's going to get it and use it, and then eventually usage spikes, and that's when Bungie nerfs it. But you are still in the early days. If you get a plug 1 adept right now and it's nasty, it will be nasty for a significant period of time, so you'll be able to really crank out some crazy kills with this thing. So guys, this is one of those guns that I really recommend farming for when it comes to GMs. There's only 3 weeks this season that you should farm stuff. Horror's Lease was one of them. Last week was the Hothead, and this week the plug 1. Those are the 3 guns you absolutely should be going for. This is the last week where something's going to be, you know, worth grinding, and I would really recommend just getting in there and getting as many plug 1s as possible. It's also arms dealer, which is absolutely free. Very fast GMs. You can get like 6-minute runs in very consistently. So get out there. Good luck, guys, and let me know what your best roll that you've gotten so far in the comments of this video. All right, guys, thank you for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, smash that like button, subscribe for more daily D2 content, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.